All right, welcome to Divine Art Alchemy for Radiant. So what an exciting time to be alive. So as always, let's come in and let's just go ahead and settle in with our breath so that we can be present, and then we'll light our candle and do the rest of the program. But let's go ahead and let's take our 3 breaths. We want to do one for just releasing everything. We want to do one for the collective, those that are in our thoughts and our hearts, and then one for that special intention that we have tonight. So let's just go ahead and close your eyes, drop your head into your heart, and take a big, deep breath. And just let everything go. Let's take a breath for those that are in our hearts and our thoughts. And let's take a breath for our special intention. All right, and if you have your candle, we'll do our candle ritual. Okay, we'll let this flame represent.
Let this flame represent
the wild spirit that burns within each of us.
The wild spirit that burns within each of us.
As we awaken our own wild spirit.
As we awaken our own wild spirit.
May we awaken the collective.
May we awaken the collective.
Right. Put that someplace safe tonight because of our creating. All right. Got you a nice incense.
Yes. I actually have amber incense going tonight.
Ooh, how's that? I mean, what does that smell like? Not how is that, but
I don't know. I'll tell you in a minute. Yeah. Yes, I've had it for a long time, and I think I've used it once, and I don't remember. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll find out.
All right. I like it.
We'll find out.
Okay.
But yes. Okay. So guys, I'm really excited about this one. Last month was great. I know creating change is a little bit sticky sometimes, and, always some hiccups along the way in life. However, this topic of radiant is very special and near and dear to my heart. And let's do a little overview to get started before we dive into the meditation, which will take us deeper into this field. And then we'll splash into the socks after that, and start, of course, start our creation, which we do every single month together. So radiant is about creativity. Radiant is about action. What do those action and creativity have in common? It's the steps that we know, the steps that we need to take, kind of like a oh, Kathy, what is it you call it all the time, where it's like the life hacks? Yes, it's our own personal life hacks to keep those creative juices flowing, right? And to definitely take action on it. Okay, so the mantra, I am a creative expression of life. We're going to explore alignment with our commitments, meaning...
Back up just for a moment.
Yeah, pop in.
I have a creative expression of life. I have a creative expression of life, right?
Oh, thank you. Yes.
We changed it just slightly.
We have changed that, and the reason being because we're in this entire cycle is going to be in the Taurus energy. We switched it to I have a creative expression at life, because I have, how a lot of times we do the quotes of what each sign kind of means, the feeling of the sign, and a Taurus is all about I have. So I have have a creative expression of life.
Yes.
Okay, so we're exploring the alignment with our commitments, right? So, yes, this might remind you a little bit of like unique alignment that we did, just, what we have on our calendars, on our to-do list, what we have in it, like even big ticket items that we want to focus on, that it really is truly in line with not only our intention, but how we can creatively express ourselves through that. Hence the next one is a creative expression of ourselves. And because of the work we've done the last few months, it'll be pretty easy to see what obstacles keep popping up, right? And instead of playing like the whack-a-mole game, what we can do to really get rid of those obstacles or outshine those obstacles to a bigger degree and find creative ways to dismiss them. And then receiving rewards. So lots of really interesting opportunities are going to come up for us. And I'm not saying that as like, oh, I'm an astrologist or whatever, anything like that. They always do. And it's so easy to get caught with our blinders on and seriously focused, and sometimes not even seeing something as an opportunity, almost as a distraction sometimes. So really working with our intuition to receive these opportunities come up and find creative ways to work with them. So that's it. We possess the power to proclaim our intention along with our action. All of us here on this call have been doing this every month, right? In its own way. And I do mean like this tonight, the Divine Art Alchemy, just having a little creative expression, right? We set our intention. We connect it to our big intention of the year or our big focus, and then we sit down and play with a little bit of creativity. So us on this call, really good at that already. We've been doing it. So now it's how do we take that and spiral up to every aspect of our life? Yeah, that's what we got. So any questions on the topic or?
We lost you. You're muted. What happened?
I'm not muted.
And my internet is unstable. That's weird. There's no rain, no nothing. That's very strange. Okay, sorry.
So any questions, additions, anything on the topic that that you have now before we move to
I think outshining, I don't know if you said a problem or something that came up, it's brilliant. I really like that.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
mean, we're always going to have obstacles, right? Big ones, small ones, confusing ones. And another thing too, Joe, like this, pretty much the majority of this entire cycle that we're doing Radiant is also a Mercury retrograde, and I'll talk about that more when we get into the socks. But that's where that came from. That thought of outshining these obstacles, because that's what Mercury retrograde brings us a lot of times, are hiccups and weirdness, and makes us see things in a different way. So yeah, what are creative ways around it?
And that radiant, I mean, that's it. Just when you think about radiant, think about that. The shine.
Are we already in the Mercury retrograde?
No, it starts in, I think, well, we're like in the pre-retrograde, but I want to say it's like in 2 days. My calendar's in front of my screen here, or behind my screen, but I think we're just a couple of days away.
The eclipse, though, is what's making some weird energy too, which is we are in that energy right now. So we've got that. There's lots of energetic things going on, which is perfect, to be here together and to be mapping out our lives, because what better thing to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. So taking this time to find our little go-to for creativity, whether it is, creative juices aren't flowing, we're kind of stuck creatively, or we're just starting something new, or we need to work around something. Yes. Creative ways to do that, but finding like not only the inspiration, but the aspiration that helps us, that shine, that radiance from within to express it outward into the world.
It's going to be a daily choice, a daily focus, so that's where whatever it takes, we're here for it, right?
Yes, yes. And I think optimism is kind of a nice word to focus on too. Right. Especially through this month, if we're, some of us have already showed up in orange, and it's such an optimistic color, just having something that is kind of keep our spirits lifted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
So with that, are you ready for a meditation? Ready to meditate?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, as always, I'm going to invite you to slow your breath. Closing your eyes, that is your reminder to drop your head into your heart space. Being present in this moment. Relax and just breathe. There's nowhere else to go, nothing else to do. As we explore our internal space, see if you can hold the intention to be fully present. Surrender, allow, and trust that there is some unique treasure to uncover here. Using our breath to connect to divine source, cleansing and balancing our energetic field, filling our bodies with creative life force energy, and releasing anything that no longer serves our highest good. Continue to focus on your breath as you imagine a bright light entering the body with each inhale. This light represents your creativity and divine source energy. Allow it to fill your entire being, from the top of your head to the soles of your feet. And as you exhale, visualize any self-doubt or creative blocks leaving your body with each breath. Breathe, allowing your mind to expand on what creativity really means to you. Perhaps it's the ability to think outside the box, to see the world in a different way, or to come up with new and innovative ideas. Whatever it means to you, focus on this feeling of creativity and allow it to guide you. Imagine yourself in a beautiful natural setting, surrounded by lush trees and thriving plants. Feel the warmth of the sun on your skin and the gentle breeze on your face. Listening to the sounds of nature, the rustling leaves, the chirping birds, and the gentle flow of water. Now imagine you have a blank canvas in front of you, and this canvas represents your creative potential. Allow yourself to explore the possibilities of what you could create. What colors do you see? What shapes or images come to mind? Let your imagination run wild and trust your instincts. Visualize yourself immersed in a creative flow, effortlessly generating new ideas and bringing them to life. Imagine your radiant self surrounded by creative inspiration. Know that this creative energy is always available to you and that you can tap into it whenever you feel called. And as you create your masterpiece, feel the joy and satisfaction that comes with tapping into your creativity. Allowing yourself to be fully present in this moment, free from any distractions or worries, knowing that you have the power to create something beautiful and unique. So from this expansive vantage point, you can see the vast horizon of creative possibilities. What do you want to create? What steps do you need to get there? Imagine yourself taking these steps with ease and confidence, knowing that little, if anything, stands in your way. You have the power to proclaim your creative intentions and to take the necessary actions to see them through. Look at your creation. What, if anything, stands out to you? Is it a word, color? Carry this sense of optimism and inspiration with you as you continue throughout your day, knowing that you possess the power to create the creative future of your dreams. And when you're ready, come back to this moment in time. Come back in your body and return to the present moment. Taking a few breaths, offering gratitude, and slowly open your eyes.
A question. Does anyone know what it's called um, when a painting, when you look at it really closely, has all these little bitty individual paintings inside it, and then you look at the big one, and do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
Has a name?
but I don't know what the name of it is.
Paintings
But it's made with
inside of
like,
paintings or the dots?
Yeah, like no, like each little piece or dot is like it's
Its own
artwork itself.
there's an airport with that in like that.
And then when you step back, or
Mm-hmm.
I guess when you get closer, there's like a painting, and then when you go in a little bit deeper, you see that it's those dots or individual. Okay, I was just curious if anybody knew. I'm gonna look it up.
I wish that I knew which airport that is, but they made it out of kids. They had kids made tiles that they did, and then they made a big scene out of it, and it's really cool. But I can't remember which airport it is. But was that part of your vision? That's cool.
Yeah, it was, yeah, in creating the canvas, there were all these little bitty tabs almost. And each tab had its own unique energy and feel, and that was the big focus. And then when I stepped back, it was this gorgeous, I guess it was like a self-portrait, I guess, but it had like this orange headdress and it was really beautiful and this really pretty meadow. And yeah.
Oh, it sounds beautiful. My body's like, yes, you're
All
on
these
it. Go with that.
interesting
Yeah,
tabs,
run with
yeah.
that. Nice. I just had bliss. That's which is kind of odd. But I guess I was in my element.
Bliss.
Just bliss. Yeah. Like that's
Nice.
yeah. It feels good. Anybody else have anything they want to share?
I had authenticity and soul came in at the very last minute.
Oh, that's neat.
Very
Something
cool.
to explore.
I saw projects finished and
Ooh.
I know. And when I stepped back, the takeaway was like, well, that wasn't that hard. I know.
That. Oh, yes, my body's like, yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Why do you think that was going to be so hard?
Just like that.
It was very peaceful and it was very, very nice to be in that space, in that wonderful energy. So thank you. I love the meditations. Thank you so much.
They do feel good. And welcome, Joyce. Glad you're here.
Hi, Joyce.
Hello.
Good
Happy
thing I don't close
Sunday.
my eyes too shut, huh?
I figured I was caught you in the middle of it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I just looked down at my phone. I was like, oh, smart. Knocking on the door. Anybody else have anything they want to share? Or we want to go ahead and get started with the socks? All right, socks away, please.
Okay, yeah, and any shares can come after socks or,
For sure.
at any time.
All right.
Totally fine.
Tell us more.
It's not really an interruption at that point, right?
No, never.
All right, so let me pull out the socks. Okay. This is earth energy that we're in, right? So we're still staying with that feel each month of the different elements flowing through all four of them, connected to what the sun sign is. And this is going to be Taurus the entire time. So we're going to definitely focus on this earth energy and planting our feet on the ground, right? And connecting to that oneness of the earth and all creatures within. Now, with that said, technically this new moon kicks off in Aries energy. This is the second Aries new moon back to back. And we go into Taurus on Friday and stay with that feel and that energy throughout the rest of this. So with that said, Radiant's mantra, I have a creative expression of life. And yes, on the socks, it's actually I have, so not I am. I have a creative expression of life. And our color is orange. That is, connected to the sacral chakra, Arahanata, and that is really about passion and pleasure and the power, all of this of creation. right? So we're not doing like a serious focus on the sacral. I just wanted to connect that with that orange energy. And there is that creativity that comes from it. Our stones, we have tiger's eye being like the main focal stone. And that is all about, action and vitality and confidence, because it has, what's really cool about tiger's eye, it has like this built-in protection around it, right? Even though that might not be its number one focus, say like onyx or something. Like onyx is all about protection, where tiger's eye does a lot of other things, right? And it is about creativity, and it's about that vitality from within and shining it out. And if you think about it, it does almost have, even though it's brown, it does have like this orange glow from within. Right. Now, also, you can use any orange stone you want, right? We're not going to be picky on this one at all, and grab as many as you want. The focus is on this one is about the orange. And if you're really into the gemstones, you might want to spend some time seeing what they all mean and finding connections with that. But some orange stones, I've got a huge list. I'm not going to go through them all. We'll talk about them throughout the month and maybe list them all then. But, citrine, carnelian, amber, well, not actually a stone, but we use it as one. Tourmaline has orange options. Agates have orange options. Jaspers and topaz even has orange options. So sunstones, there's a lot of really good orange stones out there. So if you have one that you've been working with that you like, bring it on. Now, we'll move on to herbs and incense, essential oils, and foods. We're going to wrap all those together. And the ginger, right? That can be an essential oil. It can be a herb. I've got some dried herbs here for ginger that are amazing. And of course, also just the ginger piece itself, the food itself. So let's kind of consider kind of like a holy trinity of creativity, really, is like ginger and tangerine and clary sage, right? Like those are three big options, and we're just going to call it the holy trio. And so ginger, just think of it. Wait, somebody say something?
I like it. I was like making my comments over here. I like it.
So the ginger, just think of that as kind of like the fire in the belly, right? So there's so many amazing things we can do with ginger, but it really kind of keeps that fire in the belly going. Where tangerine's going to be extremely uplifting, about confidence, and kind of like the enjoyment of being in the moment. Right? It just kind of like snaps you in the moment and gives you that confidence. It's definitely a mood enhancer, right? So use it to, if you're in a bad mood, it'll help lift. But even if you're in a good mood, in a positive mood, it's going to take you up a notch. It is extremely uplifting. And then clary sage that's another thing too, that reminds me of like tiger's eye, where yes, it has that built-in protection and clearing, like clearing negative energies and helps protect, but it does so much more. So it also helps with inspiration, and it too is a stimulant, and it's very sensual, and it'll help tap into your subconscious. So we're really going for inspiration here, right? And keeping our moods elevated. So now, whether it's food, anything orange, go for it. And of course, ginger. Joyce, I know you always love talking about the essential oils and stuff. Anything you want to add about our holy trio?
No, it's totally good. I'm always thinking about that. Ginger is pretty straightforward, but it's also good, like, because I'm about to do a cleanse, and that usually calls for cayenne, but I'm using ginger and turmeric instead because it's a little more gentle, but does the same thing as far as fire in the body to cleanse. So I'm doing that. I do also like ginger for adrenal support. So you can put it on topically or eat it or anything like that. Tangerine is in almost every one of our emotional blend oils. So it's very much, it's also really good for lymphatic support. So if anyone has swelling or edema or your armpits ache or anything like that, tangerine's great for that. And then clary sage is actually one of my favorite plants in general. And when I went to the Young Living Farms a long time ago, that's what was in season. That's what was planted in the ground. And I got to go sit out in the field. And it was probably one of the coolest things I've ever done. Like that much of one plant. And so we traditionally use it hormonally balancing as far as medicinal uses. So again, that would be a mood uplifter and everything, but it's also used a lot around pregnancy and fertility and all of that too. So I guess you said sensuality, didn't you? Yeah.
Mhm.
I didn't know about the built-in protection part, but that makes total sense because sage in general is, any sage, but it's a really beautiful plant. If you haven't looked at it, it's kind of built like lavender, like it has a stalk through the middle that's like a pale pink, but the leaves are like a silvery green. So it was very cool to get to experience the actual plant in mass quantities. So those are my thoughts.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's
Oh, and
awesome.
orange oil, I will tell you, is the frequency of wealth, the essential oil. So and all of the citrus oils are good for things for abundance, things like that. But orange specifically vibrates the same as wealth. So if you need some more of that, diffuse it, smell it, eat it.
And then add this citrine.
Yeah, citrine's great.
Yeah.
And
So
citrine and tiger's eye, they're like BFFs in the stone
Mhm.
world. They show up a lot together.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's my input.
nice.
Thanks for asking.
Fantastic.
Uh,
All right. Okay, so we'll stay in kind of plant world for a second and talk about the bonsai. All right, so that is going to be our special plant. I mean, yes, all those others can be plants too, absolutely. But I wanted to highlight that separately. One, it's not orange, but what I love about utilizing the bonsai is it allows us, as we're pruning, to bring out the creativity within that one-on-one connection with the plant. Right? So like you got to be in harmony with the plant and prune it and allow it to grow in its own unique fashion. So, and it is about harmony, and it is about new beginnings, and it allows your creative juices to flow. So that's our own special plant for the month. We now move on to planets. So Earth is our element. So yes, Earth is our planet. Now we have Earth Day coming up, right? So perfect that Earth Day lands here. No such thing as coincidences, right? There's a reason. So the Earth Day is connected to Taurus, and it's also connected to that oneness. And we're also going to throw another planet in there, and that is Mercury, because of the Mercury retrograde. So it's staying more focused on our topic and not necessarily Taurus energy, because that would be Venus, right? That's something different, but we're going to stay focused on this creative spiral up, this creative spiral that we're incorporating this month. So since Mercury is going to be in retrograde pretty much the entire time, then how are we going to creatively use that energy, right? That energy that changes, that energy that throws weird obstacles in our way. How are we going to creatively use it? And it focuses on communication. It focuses on our actions, but it also focuses on our reactions, which is our actions, but so Mercury and Earth will have a true focus. And as for our moon phase, interestingly enough, it's going to be the balsamic phase. So it really gets us prepared all of this cycle. And at the end, when we relax, when we find joy in life, when we're not pushing and not struggling and forcing, then that's when the creativity flows. Hence, balsamic moon. But how can we use that to be able to have, that joy and that relaxed state of mind anytime we need it? Our days for this month will be Wednesdays, and only because of Mercury, right? So Mercury is considered the god of war. That is Woden, Odin, hence that's where Wednesday, the name of Wednesday came from, is after the Woden. And it's about war, luck, wisdom, and you guessed it, creativity. And our numbers, we have 2. We're going to do 1, right? Like starting action. And we're going to do 8, kind of like the continuation and the positive mindset of that action, of that creativity. And that also connects us to the last thing on our sock list, the animal, and connects us to the reason this topic happened to begin with, soul acceleration. So our card was 8 and the antelope. The antelope is our animal for the month, you guessed it, and about receiving rewards and taking action. So that is about stamina with confidence, and antelope is all about stamina, right? But very confidently trusting your intuition, ways to communicate with your outer world. And I always love the thought of antelope just running free on the prairie, right? And connecting that feeling of joy and running free. And that, everyone, concludes Socks of Radiance. Radiant.
Beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, of course, my mind went immediately to the deer and the antelope play.
Yeah, where they roam.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, that's exciting. I love, I like having the 1 and the 8 because, yeah, thinking about just the infinity and just that, that continuous, and yet that start and continue. I really like that idea.
Oh, yeah, because that also connects. Didn't think of it like that until you just said that. It also connects that doobie doobie doo thing.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, like you said, it's always just meant to be. Well, clearly we're going to be sporting the orange, right? For our sock items. That's definitely one of them.
Yeah, that's for sure.
For sure. I'll have to
That's for
see about
sure.
my bonsai. We've got a couple of them. But that would be fun. Maybe put that on my altar.
Yeah, what's everybody else thinking for socks? Where did you find inspiration in there?
I have a bonsai that I got at Christmas, and it had these little teeny tiny lights on it. It was the cutest thing I've ever seen in my whole life. And so I'm going to I'll put that somewhere special too. And then I've got a necklace. I'll have to post a picture of it. It's a coral that a friend of mine gave me when I was in my 20s, and it's golden and kind of honey colored, and I think it's maybe golden coral, and then it became illegal after that to have it. But I thought it was tiger eye. It has that same kind of shimmer and the,
Oh,
you know,
wow.
kind of movement in it. So I'm gonna
I
rock
can't wait to see it.
that. And I'm gonna go pull all the orange stones that I've got there. And what else is on here? Yeah, I'm gonna try the tangerine. I didn't know all of that about tangerine. So I might make myself a little roll on with all of those. I know I've got ginger and tangerine. I don't know if I have clary sage, but I can get it. So,
Keep in mind with most citrus oils, and tangerine being one of them, that be careful with them in the sunshine.
oh,
Yeah, it's kind of sensitive to your skin in the sunshine.
really? Huh.
So be careful with that. And they also dissipate, like they don't last forever. So
No, they don't. You get that first burst, and then maybe little bit less, and then it's gone. So
yes, that, but it also, they go rancid quickly.
Mm.
So
I
when
see what
I
you're
get
saying.
tangerine, I just use it like crazy. And
Really?
just like
Okay.
use it up, because it
You can
doesn't
keep
last
you can
forever.
keep citrus oils in the freezer or the refrigerator to make them last longer.
Okay.
It won't change them if they're quality oils, pure oils. And it's mainly topical that oils are photosensitive. The citrus ones, like if you drink it internally, it's not going to bother you. It's mainly if you put it on your skin and then you go be out in the sun kind of thing. So us whiteys definitely gotta be careful. You know,
But yeah, they're so, well, keep using the word uplifting. Nothing else describes it better.
I always put on my vacuum cleaner bag,
Mm.
shake it on my vacuum cleaner bag. That makes it really nice.
Oh yeah.
I had ginger with my dinner this evening.
Ooh, she got a head start.
Pickled ginger. I
Oh,
love
That's
yeah.
the
it.
best, isn't
I
it?
could eat that by the handful.
Me
I love
too.
it.
Kathleen, you were gonna say something?
Oh, yeah, I was just thinking about how I've been spending a lot of time the last few weeks gardening, and then cleaning, and completely like getting rid of stuff, you know, our back porch and our garage, which I've just been putting off, like managing and cleaning those for a really long time, and it was just time, and it's just I feel like a lot of ground preparation for kind of this topic. Like I didn't know it was going to be about creativity and everything, but I realized like I'm kind of in the meditation, like it was really nice meditation, because it reminded me of, like, sometimes I go through these periods where I don't think that I'm creative, and then or I look at other people, I do that whole compare thing, and I'm not the kind of person that, I can't really come up with stuff from nothing per se. Like, I guess probably the reason why I work in documentaries and portraiture and all that kind of stuff is because I like working with what is, like the earth is, there's so much there already to work with, and so I was thinking about that during meditation, and then also just the nature is such a resource for me, the sounds and the smells and there's all those perfect scientific kind of I mean, you know, with flowers and everything, I forget what the, you know, they're called, but there's like it's all there to inspire already. And then I just got there was like a lot of water and light and stuff like that, and I just like not just the physical like spring cleaning thing like with water, but just also just sort of like a kind of a different kind of I heard something today in a song about, you know, basically like all you ever have to be is not just all you ever have to be is yourself, but sometimes like we go on these grand explorations through our whole lives, you know, just to realize that like near the end that all we had to do is be ourselves, you know, kind of thing. And there's this really great new podcast that I was listening to, and it was Julie Louise-Dreyfus was interviewing Jane Fonda. She's just like interviewing wise older women, you know, about what they could share with us. And yeah, and it just feels like that's just so much of it comes back to like kind of not selling yourself out, if you will, in life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, like who you are is enough. And, you know, so I think it's almost kind of like the water that I was experiencing in the meditation was more of a, almost felt like kind of almost like representative of a just cleansing the pretense that I feel like sometimes I feel like the world, sometimes we just feel like we need to put on a mask, and you know, it's just not necessary. You know, you know, for being true to yourself is enough, you know. So yeah, so anyway, but then when you were talking about all the socks, like it's all, I love ginger, I love orange, I love, you know, just all of that was like really speaking to me. And I don't have a bonsai, but so many plants I'm trying to take care of, and they really do take a lot of, like, they do really do need a lot of attention.
They do.
Sometimes I feel like I have too many plants, you know, but anyway, but they're wonderful, you know, I mean, it's fantastic to have them. So anyway, but that's what was coming up for me. Like this feels totally right, you know.
So you could make one of your plants a bonsai.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
if you needed another project to do, you know, just toss it in there. You know?
God,
I think
another.
I shared once about a bonsai that was given to our grandmother that immediately died.
Oh,
And
no.
the lady that gave it to her said, "I'm coming over. I can't wait to see what you did with it." So she ran, she spray painted it green.
No.
Telling
that
that
was-
it was
yeah.
so
Oh.
It sat in her window for years.
awesome. That's so hilarious.
Speaking of
And very creative.
It is. Yeah, that's really thinking on your feet, isn't it? Oh my gosh. Yeah, cosmically, there's a ton of stuff going on with the eclipses and and then, like I said, soon to be the Mercury retrograde. So when I was thinking about the energy, it was like, man, it's nice that we're doing something light and creative and all this other good stuff, because we need to be, well, not that we don't need to do anything, but it will be beneficial to be in your power.
Mm.
And this is such a beautiful way to be in your power.
Well, okay, so I was thinking that, Kathleen, when you were talking about, you know, just the connection to the garden, and I was thinking immediately of like, I love stargazer lilies. Like I love all lilies, but God, especially those. And like, they're so beautiful and they're so inspirational for me personally. And they don't ask of anything except water and sun, right? They don't need anything. They are who they are. They come out when they do. They express themselves in such an amazing way. And how is that different than me? How's that
Right.
different? Yeah.
Fun, something to think about. Contemplation.
Mm.
That's with all nature, right? Like that's why we have nature as our teacher.
Well, yeah. So I guess that was kind of the point of, you know, if we don't feel creative or don't feel like an artist, or because I look at a blank canvas and I think, oh, I can't create something from that, I'm not an artist, you know. So what you were saying, Kathleen, I'm the same way. I'm great at enhancing other things. But yeah, how's that any different? You know, how's that any different than a bee creating honey from pollen versus I don't know, like the birth of a dragonfly, which is beautiful to see, you know, like I don't know. I can make it.
Nature was never told that they couldn't do anything, or that they were, you know, that there was never the judge. And that's the difference with where as humans, that's where we can release that judgment, because guilt and judgment serve no one when it comes to our personal development, except for the judgment of like where you can see where Mike could use it as a reflection tool, but certainly not the guilt.
It's 8 o'clock.
Oh, thank you, Kathleen.
In case you're wondering.
It's just our numbers showing up.
That's right.
Good one.
I like it.
I didn't even think of that. Yes. I gotta get in number mode.
That's right. So the rest of our meetings will be on the 8 o'clock. So that'll be easy to remember.
Yeah. Okay. So speaking of so we're definitely in the new moon energy now. You know, occasionally we're out of it a little bit when we do this, but 12:15 a.m. Thursday, tomorrow morning, is the peak of that new moon energy. And I don't know if you've noticed, but all of our events this month will be either Wednesdays or Thursdays.
Get off our weekends and our Mondays.
Take a little break from that.
And this time of year, it's nice to be out. But I was thinking about that when I was on my walk earlier today. I was like, you know, because I went for a walk earlier because I've been working in the evenings with Joe and he had something going on, and obviously we have this. But I was thinking about that. It was like how easy something is to do as well as not to do. And so, you know, it's so tempting to not come to these, you know, to just say, oh, I'll do it later, or I'll, you know, whatever. But the thing is it's such a small amount of time that you can invest in yourself that I'll do anything. I'll rearrange my whole schedule if I can, you know. Obviously there's times when we can't, but putting my personal development, my personal self-care, I think first is definitely, even though that's not my word of the year, but it definitely is. It's the feeling this year, I think, more than ever now, that going into it more, it's like, yes, personal self-care is of high importance.
Yes.
Fill our cup first.
All right.
You getting done? Are you?
No, everything's
What?
cut out.
I was like,
Everything's
what?
cut out. Now it's time to make
Get real creative.
make something of the blank slate. Yes.
Yes, do.
Yeah. So does do any of you have like a focus on so far? I know it can always change, but a focus on what you sock items are gonna guide you this month? I'm going by the lunar notes. You know how there's always
Mm-hmm.
choosing 3. If you were choosing 3, what would they be?
Mine would be the color and the stone. Gosh, I need more than 3. The numbers. Let's see the food. I don't know about the antelope. See if I can find me an antelope in the wild.
Yeah, for me, it definitely the earth element,
Mm-hmm.
the color. I've got a citrine stone that I love, and the herbs are really calling to me.
Yeah.
Nice. It'll be fun to see what everybody, and please y'all post it. Oh, look, she's got it. She's got her bonsai. That is adorable.
Oh yeah.
It's so cute. It
It is
had
cute.
the teeny tiniest little lights on it at Christmas. It's so cute. I have to keep it alive for next Christmas. You have to stay alive.
Exactly. Keep it alive. What if you could find those little tiny lights in orange? Wouldn't that be cool? I mean, just
Oh my God, I'm on a mission.
I
Thank
know
you.
this. Like, wouldn't that be cool though? That would be fun. So I was saying, like, I'm anxious to see everybody's stones. Like, hopefully we'll share either in the comments or in the group or whatever that looks like. But I'd like to see, I'm such a rock hound. If you have stones to share, please post them. Post a picture.
Yeah, I will share, but I've already got them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tiger's
That's so
eye,
pretty.
citrine palm stone. No, wait, that's a carnelian
Yeah, I was
stone.
gonna say that's not citrine. Yeah.
And then here we go.
Yes, beautiful. Right.
I
Nice.
grabbed the wrong one, but yeah.
I like it. Carnelian was one of the very first stones that I've gravitated to. And I don't know if it was just, I need to do a little research on why I gravitated towards it, but it was like that was definitely one of them.
This is my amber earrings. I don't know. For some reason, my screen's fuzzy, but
Ooh,
I can't wait to wear these.
Oh,
Which-
those are
those
so
are
pretty.
really pretty.
I love socks.
We love socks.
So
Yeah, I love socks.
I got these 2 stones actually when I was in Joshua Tree a couple years ago. So
Ooh.
this
Oh,
is the
nice.
this is
Mhm.
the tree.
One.
Mhm.
Different things going on, and this one
That's
is
beautiful.
called vanadinate. Vanadinate. Are you guys familiar with
Mm-mm. That's really
that
pretty
tree?
though. Uh-huh. That's gorgeous.
Um,
Is it an actual druzy or is it just the way that it's presenting itself? Do you know?
Is it an actual what?
A druzy stone? Druzy?
What
It's
what does that mean?
it's typically where it has like little crystals on the, like it looks similar to that, but maybe a little
Yeah, well,
different.
you can see like how
Mm-hmm.
like this side is less like this. It's almost like like a rock that's encrusted with little like kind of, sorry, I can't, it doesn't
You're
focus.
just gonna have to take a picture for us. That
Yeah.
looks really pretty.
Anyway, yeah.
Or send it to Kentucky, whatever. I'll get a real close look at it. It looks like it almost is like brown and gold. And does it have like maroonish kind of colors?
It's mostly kind of you know, yeah, underneath it's kind of a tannish brown, but then the crystals themselves are actually like kind of almost a rusty colored orange, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then it kind of sparkles in the light, you know.
So for anybody that does want to take a picture, if you can put them out in the natural light, that they typically photograph well with the natural light. So we can see how the beauty of them. I have my tiger eye earrings on. I have a necklace too, but I didn't put it on. But I'm thinking, do you have yours on too? You got tiger eye earrings. I love it.
That your daughter bought me, actually.
Oh, nice. She's so thoughtful.
She is thoughtful. All right, so what about intentions for this month? Any specific intention to connect with your big intention of the year?
I think I'm gonna shine through the obstacles. Is that the right wording?
Yeah.
Yeah. My the word of the year is self-center, but the obstacles kind of take you off that center. So I'm going to shine through the obstacles until I can get back to self-center, to all the actions that go with self-center, which has been a lot of massage. I've done massage. I've had a couple of facials. What did I do? I had appointment for blood work, but I've had to change that. I've got an appointment for over the summer for the dermatologist, you know, to check moles and things like that. So I'm trying to do something every month that's a lot of pampering, but also, you know, things that are important to keep a check on.
Yeah, that important self-care. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I decided, and it might have been from you, Joe, or thinking about like I'm going to do I think I'm going to get a massage every month. Like that's what I really want to do is like throughout. I'm like I'm just going to start. And yes, I think that's really important. I decided.
Nice.
Well, and all of the the work on investing in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it really pays off. That's really
For
important.
sure.
Mm-hmm. And that's what this time is too, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So for me, my intention, I really want to actually be that creative expression of myself. Like I want to make me like somehow, I'm not sure exactly what it's going to look like, but that's my intention is for me to be the art, the piece of art. So
You mean like with your clothes and your hair and your, yeah?
yeah,
that's
just
cool.
that kind of thing. Kind of want to be, yes.
Your communication, your
everything. Like, yes, I want like, so we'll see what it, you never know. I can be pretty crazy sometimes, but you know, my ideas anyway. No.
Well, you'll have to post it on the Mighty Network so
I will.
that we can copy you.
What? So this is funny. I did this during COVID. I don't think I ever, maybe I shared the pictures on Facebook one time, but I did, and it was something with us, I'm sure, because I did a photo shoot, but I went to Goodwill and bought this shirt that it's like all these different colors, and I had the feathers from our goddess retreat in my hair, and was very colorful. And so I did that and took pictures, and then I went and put on black and did the same pictures with the black line, just to kind of see, you know, as a way of self-expression, and really to embrace, you know, the duality, you know, it was at both sides, and that felt really good and fun. But yeah, I'm not that really colorful person. I know that I didn't feel as comfortable there, but that was part of it. You know, it was just which is why, of course, going to Goodwill, and I think, you know, recycling clothes is a good thing. But anyway, but yeah, for something like that, it was like, but it's pretty funny. If I can find those pictures, I'll have to share those. Naomi took that. She loved the multicolored outfit. You can
Yeah,
have
so you
that.
feel more at home with the when you were wearing black, is that what you mean?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. And I don't, and I guess it was like because I had chosen something that was like a lot of different colors, and maybe that was it, versus being like one solid different color, or not,
Mhm.
maybe, you know, or like something like that. But
All orange or whatever.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So I thought that was kind of interesting, but just, yeah, just to make myself as a outward expression of creativity. So not sure exactly. I probably won't do something like that, but something, maybe funky makeup or something.
Maybe you should get your photograph done and have your body painted.
Oh,
That's fun.
that would be fun. I'm sure I could have a volunteer, honey. He says, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
I mean, really, like, think about that. Like, anything's possible, y'all. Nowadays, anything is you can set anything up, do anything. And so, yeah. Think outside the box here.
Amber, was there a chakra? I don't see a chakra for this one.
Not really. Now we can, no, not officially. We can say the sacral,
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. You said
and you could even layer that with the throat chakra. But I'd say the sacral would probably be the primary, and the throat chakra could be the secondary.
So we really haven't talked about this at all, I don't think, or maybe we did mention it a little bit, but I think actually we probably did when we were talking about where we were changing around different things, because in the past we've focused on the new moon, which of course we're all obviously focusing on the new moon and that sign, the energy. But what we decided to do for this year was to focus a little more on the houses of that energy. So versus like the actual elements and
The sun sign.
yeah, the sun signs and all of that type. So we've expanded just a little bit. So because we do want to keep it fresh, you know, we want to keep it fresh, and there's so much, you know, that we can call from that, you know, we don't have to stay the same all the time. Like, that's the beauty of what we're doing. We're always, you know, reinventing ourselves and expressing and all of that. So going back to like the chakras, so we just, when from the soul acceleration, taking those cards and seeing what fit best, but that's the little bit of the behind the scenes where we'll get to know a little bit more about exploring the houses, which is kind of cool for, when we think about our physical house and this being the year of that self-care, the balance.
And back to the focus of the I have a little
Mhm.
bit instead of the Taurus energy itself. Yes, they are definitely connected, but it's focused in on what that actually means. Instead of a big archetype, let's hone in on a specific. So I have, and sometimes that can sound very selfish, I think a lot of times that comes off as that too, but, or can, but when you think of like this and creativity and I have what radiates from within, I have these gifts, I have these thoughts that I want to express, I have these feelings I want to share, I have this idea I want to come to fruition. Think of the I haves and more in terms of that instead of an actual possession. I have lots of clothes. I have lots of, it can mean that for sure. I have a sensual connection with orange and ginger. I have, so play around with that and what that means to you. Because that's kind of honing in a little bit more on that houses thing.
I think my focus is going to come from the truth and dare
Okay.
about being more in alignment with my values,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't think you can get to that authentic creativity unless you are in alignment.
So it's interesting because we're subconsciously, we take our action from our values subconsciously. And so with that, you're already doing it, but to do it consciously, you're going to take it up to the next level. So, thinking about that, about really what that looks like and what that can mean for you is pretty cool. So
It means a world shakeup, but we'll get there.
we're here to support you. We are here to support you. You come share with us and we will have our hands on your back and loving support.
I appreciate that.
Greatest things in life happen after. Oh, wait, hang on. I want to break out in song. What is it?
For the deer and the antelope.
No, that's a different song. Yeah.
And the skies are not cloudy all day.
We all have a different song to go with that. No, something happens from. No, I can't even think of the song. Wait, hang on.
Sorry.
It's a song. It's from it's from Seneca, the philosopher, but there was a 90s song that was talking about happens like something ends before some new beginning can start. That is so not the song. I got to figure that out.
You got to figure out, what hit me is
Oh
the
my God.
gold. We got to listen to Robbie sing gold. I don't know
Don't
why
get
that hit
song
me.
in my head. I'll never get there.
I know, right?
Okay, what is the Seneca saying? It's Closing Time is the name of the song.
Okay, there you
The
go.
line in
Yeah.
Closing Time.
Yeah.
Isn't that semisonic? Or was
Yeah.
it train?
No, I think it's semisonic.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm writing it down. I will find it. I will share it.
I'm going to have to
Perfect.
sign off and start the birthday celebration up again. Thanks, y'all.
Love
I
you.
appreciate you. I'll post
Hey,
my,
I was
yes.
gonna say you're gonna share. You'll share afterwards.
Yes, it's still under construction. Well, I'll show you what I got. My favorite thing is there's a can of hope and a can of optimism on here.
Nice. I love it.
Where are they? I don't
Oh,
know
there
my
Oh
is.
my gosh.
Can you see that? I don't
That's
know.
hilarious.
Perfect. Yes, that's
Yes, a
great.
can of hope and a can of optimism, and then that is oranges in that bowl. I've got a lot of food represented here. That's a lady at a market. I thought that was so cool. I just love market pictures. There's some
Nice.
carrots,
Got your carrot.
and then I've got an orange beach scene over here, and I put the antelope on the beach,
Oh, that's
um,
cool.
which
That was
is so
great.
out of his
Wow.
comfort zone, but I figured he'll figure it out. And then I love that picture with the light coming in. I thought so
Mhm.
cool. And then I love the orange with the woman.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Mhm.
And the hand, the fingers making the heart. And then my words, I've got I think I have travel on here, or journey, because I'm about to take a journey. And oh, the lady playing the drum. I've got the bonsai. Yeah. So I'll keep working on it, and I'll post it.
Beautiful. Thank you. Tell
Thank you for sharing that.
Thank y'all.
happy birthday.
Have
Thank
some
you.
fun
Appreciate y'all.
tonight.
Thank
Mhm.
you. See you next week.
See you
Bye.
next week.
Okay.
Okay. How's everybody else coming along?
I got my stuff cut out for the most part. I still want to add a little bit. I'm not sure what I want to add though. It'll come to me.
So this might be hard to see. Can you guys, that lady?
Oh yes.
I love
Mhm.
her. She's
So she is in
cool.
Atlanta Botanical Gardens. This is the beauty we get to see every year. And when she's in full bloom, she is absolutely exquisite. And we went there recently, and it was the first time I've been there, I guess, in the winter ever. And she was like, there was nothing on her. And it was the weirdest thing to see her naked. And I just kept staring at it thinking how odd and vulnerable she looked, you know? I'm used to
Mhm.
seeing her in her complete full expression. But
That's
isn't that
really
all of us, right? Like she was still there, you know, she was still the beautiful form and completely there. She was just without all of the decor.
Just naked.
naked. Yeah. And still really amazing looking. Like
Yeah.
that was the I mean, yeah, she's breathtaking whenever she's got all her flowers and all the other beautiful
Yeah.
things, whatever that is on her. Mostly flowers is what I noticed, but yeah.
Yeah, all flowers. Lots of greenery with a lot of color thrown in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Do you have your intention
well,
or your focus?
I'm doing like some creative expression of like events, and it's more of a work focus, which that, you know, my intention for this year is.
Mm-hmm.
But it is having like a different not a different, because I've been doing it for some time. It's just a lot of it's coming to fruition, and having like some really unique creative events and different ways of expressing my creativity.
Love it. Did you share your socks? The ones you're going to concentrate on too?
This is definitely orange. And let's see here. And the color, yeah. But then probably a lot of I wrote some stuff down. Yeah, the tiger's eye. And all of the stones actually. So definitely having them focused on the altar. I want it to be like a bonsai, or at least whether I actually get a bonsai, I don't have one, but whether I actually do that or just have the focus on the creativity of the yard and nurturing Mother Earth in my area that I have connection with and control over. Or semi-control. I think I have control. But yeah, spending some time allowing that to flourish with some creativity.
That sounds beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
Do any words stick out to you all?
No, but I think my intention, I don't know, this just kind of came up for me around the creativity stuff, is relax into action.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll never forget this one friend of mine, an artist. She's really amazing. And she said, you know, artists need like the luxury of time to be able to, you know, the whole idea, it's like you can't make your mind, you can't, in the same way that like we can push ourselves to exercise harder, like you can't make yourself think harder. You know what I mean? You actually can't. Like
Right.
if you put pressure on your brain, like it actually like will shut down. So you have to, that's why, you know, it's like in all those movies, you always see somebody, you know, when they're being pushed, you know, someone will tell them to breathe or relax or whatever.
Right.
Because like that's where it, and then action just kind of naturally follows.
Oh, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Might be fun to glance again. It's been a long time, The Artist Way,
Mm-hmm.
or some creative inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
just started doing morning pages again.
Yeah.
Did you? I love it.
Yeah.
I love doing morning pages, and when I stop and start again, I think, why did I ever stop? I can't.
Because what I was saying before, it's easy to do and it's easy not to do, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It's easy to do and it's easy not to do. So
Yeah. I wonder what other little tidbits of inspiration, because those morning pages, oh my God, I love those. I always do those with the card pull at the end.
Oh, nice.
mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've ever done the second book, but the second book adds a walk. In
Mhm.
addition to the morning pages.
So in the suggestion of doing it in the morning, like do
Well,
one or the other, or
You continue to do the morning pages, but you also add in a walk.
That makes sense.
so you
Yeah,
walk and write
It
at the
just
same time?
a lot of creativity happens when you're out walking.
Mm-hmm. Add the nature to it, and man,
Is this from the
really.
Artist's Way?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
That's what I thought.
it's the second book, the second Artist Way book.
I guess
Yeah,
I didn't realize that they had a second one.
Yeah, I didn't either.
It's called like Artist Way, like walking in the world or something like that.
Okay.
I think I've got it right here.
Yeah, I think that would be interesting to see, something, it's been so long since I've read that, to see what inspires this time around, what
Mm-hmm.
little tidbit can be incorporated into life easily and with joy.
Right.
I had that experience with Big Magic. I read it
Oh, yeah.
when it first came out, and then I read it again just a couple of years ago.
I'm reading that right now.
So this is the second book.
Oh,
Okay.
nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't even recognize that at all. So, okay, that's good to know. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny that both of y'all are reading the same book. No, you not reading, but you're not reading at the same time. But you said you read it. You had that.
I did. I read it once when it first came out, and then I read it again a couple of years ago, and it was like a brand new book. I got so much.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I just got different things out of it
Oh, interesting.
than I did the first
Mhm.
time.
So, do you mark up your books? Like, how do you like? Because for me, I'm like, that's it. I'm like, I know.
My
Like,
books are
That's why I love
ridiculous.
physical books. They
me
need to be,
too.
they need to know I was there.
Highlighted and dog
I
eared
tab, I
pages
highlight, I
and
underline, and it's all going to be like rainbow. Nothing necessarily follows one thing. Just inspired me.
Love it.
Can y'all hear my crybabies?
Mm-mm.
They're two
I
doors
can't
over.
anyway.
Okay. It's funny, they got lots of attention today, like tons, because they rode with us to Lubbock. And now he's been crying ever since he got in his crate.
Aw.
Like it backfired. Like,
Right. I hear him now. I heard when you said that.
yeah.
Are these your
Aw.
dogs?
Huh? Yeah.
I
They're
thought you
still
rehomed them.
so I mean, we're kind of in the process of that, but most people want them fixed. So
Mm,
we're working on some of those details.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we were gonna wait till they were over a year and fully grown and all that, because that's what our nutritionist, doctor guy who's helped us get them healthy, suggested. But they're super healthy now, so I don't know. Ember, you can text me your opinions on that stuff. I'll
But
send you.
opinions
Actually, I need to
on-
text you anyway so that you have my new phone number because it's different now.
Oh, okay, please. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have mine? Do we need to do this in the?
Oh, no, my other phone is active for a couple more days, so I can send it that way.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Hang on, I gotta grab another glue stick.
would your phone it would still retain numbers, wouldn't it? Or are you talking about?
What? Oh, so I'm starting fresh with my new phone. I didn't want to carry over contacts
any
from
of the
him
numbers.
for 10 years. So I started a new email just for the phone. So I'm only moving over current contacts. I still have them in my email if I need something, but I'm
Right.
doing this one manually. And at the
I think
time that
that's
I
a
got
good
the new
idea.
Well, this phone was actually broken and I had to get it fixed. And so I couldn't transfer it at the time because the screen didn't work. So but this is better. I was like, new phone, new number, new life.
Yeah, I
So
think that's a good
only
thing.
the
So,
inner
but
circle gets to move on.
well, it's kind of like Kathleen was talking about cleaning and stuff. It's like
Yeah.
you're whether you didn't necessarily want it, like it happened
Well,
maybe,
but when it happened, I wasn't upset. I was like, okay, this is how it needs to be. Let's do this.
right,
I
right.
got I got an updated phone to run my phone-based business and all the things. So
Yep.
yeah, I wasn't upset when it happened. I mean, it was 3 hours I didn't plan to spend that day, but it worked out.
Right.
I saw it for what it was because now I'm not on a joint account with Jason anymore. So that was one of the last things that needed to change.
Nice.
So there you go. The universe took care of it.
Yeah.
Always, right?
He is getting extra. I'm gonna mute.
Yeah, I do hear now. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Good to see you here.
All right. I am super close. Where are we? Oh yeah, we got
I was like, I thought I would be super fast tonight, but I am not. But that's okay.
Kind of. I'm gonna end up adding some more stuff,
yeah. Oh,
but
I think
Got
I
something
will
to
too.
share.
Maybe. See, I wanted it to be a little sparse. Oh, you're going? Okay.
well, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, I'm not ready. Go ahead.
Okay. So I did most of the stuff, the socks and our numbers and Mercury and all that over here.
Nice.
And then I did the creativity page.
You got your
I've
booklet.
got
I
my
love
book
that. I love it.
called Truth, and it's about hope. Where is it? Wait a minute.
Oh, I love it.
I put hope in my book.
And what's inside? Wait, I missed it. What's inside?
Hope.
Hope. Smart.
I love to sing, and I've been getting solos at church, which scares the pants right off of me, but they're doing it. I sang something from the Messiah at Easter, and so she's very small. I want to find a bigger one.
I love it.
She's a
Do you have a
singer.
picture of yourself singing at all?
No. I do
Sounds
not.
like you might have to have somebody take one.
Is that a dare?
Sounds like it,
Is that
doesn't
a
it,
dare?
though? Doesn't it? You just put it right over top of that one.
Yep. And then I found her. She was in an article. I don't think you can see it. It says, "Let it go."
Nice.
So letting go of the things that are not in my values, the things and the people. And then I just adored her, the little lady from the botanical gardens. I think she's pretty
Yes.
amazing.
Mhm.
We
So
love
that's
Gaia.
me.
Beautiful.
Very nice.
Thank you. I'm going this weekend to do a mostly silent retreat with my yoga group.
Ugh, so jealous.
I know. I was going to say that sounds like fun.
I think it's going to be really good. The timing is pretty perfect.
Is it a 3-day, 2-day? Well, how long are you going to do it?
Friday and Saturday, and we leave on Sunday.
Nice. And the silence will be that whole time, or just a designated time?
I think we get to speak during meals, but like no phones, no. It's nature.
I love retreats.
Mm.
Been wanting to do
Yeah.
a for so long.
Mm-hmm.
If you
They're hard to
organize it,
find.
we will come.
There you go. I like it. Of course, then we want to talk, though.
We would.
I was like, that would not be.
Just tack on an extra day before or after.
To just talk.
Yeah, that would be my issue. It'd be like, if I get to see y'all in person, I want to talk.
Mhm.
we got things we want to talk about.
Okay, this just became dangerous. There's blood involved now.
Did that twice, or probably more than that,
But
but
last year or
Didn't
last
she do
month?
that last time?
something. I was like,
Yeah.
I remember that recently.
These scissors, man. I know I did have blood
Are
all
you
over.
okay? Let's ask that first. Sorry. Like,
Yeah, really. I don't think I.
like,
What was that had blood on it? I do remember that now.
Scissors or something.
It is.
Yeah.
The scissors are
Yeah.
crazy.
That's
So there
funny.
it is. It was Gnosis when we did Gnosis. I've got
all
bloods.
right.
So that's
Yep.
been a couple months.
Okay. Same finger.
1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. That I don't remember, but okay. Oh no, wait. I thought I was done. Never mind.
I'm gonna take your idea of stacking, Lamar. I like your picture stacking. I think that's kind of cool. Or very cool.
Well, I wanted to put the little bonsai tree on here, but I don't know. I also wanted it to have a lot of open space, and that's now going to be a challenge.
That was my intention too. So yeah, give that creative space, but I haven't glued anything down yet, so we shall see.
Still have time.
I still have time to call something maybe, but I don't know.
All right, I'm done. Let's try not to get blood on it. I'm gonna find a tissue. Hang on before I show.
Yeah.
I do have one on me. All right. Okay. Before I've got all these other things I was gonna, not all, but several other things I wanted to put in there, but I did not, just to keep some space. All right.
Nice.
So I wanted the orange spiral with some words in there. I love little drummer lady. She's awesome. That was like the big heart, the hand's heart in the center. And
Nice.
Gaia up here, this image really appealed to. Then over here, this I have been dragging around in the back of this book since the beginning of this book, like for a really long time. It falls out every single month and I shove it in the back again. And after the meditate, and I wasn't even going to use it. And
That's perfect though.
Medusa, and she looks mean and all that stuff, but there was something about it after the meditation today, because it is all of those little stones. Now, individual, they're not something, but it still was a connection. And I'm like, finally, I'm using that. So I will probably cover more stuff around him, her. I know Medusa is supposed to be a woman, but
That's kind of mainly, but that's cool, right? And
yeah.
perfect.
So anyway, so I have our soul acceleration card on here, some orange beauties over here.
Nice.
So antelopes over here a couple of times. And then I did a little flap this way, which is the socks inside with Radiant. And I'll add the date and stuff on there too.
I love it. I like your little flap. Got your flap.
I know, still into the flaps.
Love it. I like the books, the flaps, the envelope. I like it all.
I like it all.
I like it all. The creative expression. Well, I am not going to be finished, so I don't know about you other ladies. If y'all want to continue with the call, or we can.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be finished either.
You won't be done in 10 minutes or so, within 10 minutes.
I don't think so.
So we can share them in the group, because I can't pick mine up or anything. So, Joyce, how are you doing?
I'm just doing my research. That's what I always do when I listen to these calls, because I can't cut and paste. I'd be cutting myself just like Ember.
It's
I have to think it
dangerous.
all through and pull up. So I've been doing some word research, like radiance. And did you know, maybe you guys didn't know this, I just found this. Mercury, that seems to be where my focus is going to be, is the retrograde, because it's in Taurus. And like I always look for how can I use it, right? Not the negatives. And so I'm really sensitive to that energy. And so I started being very aware of when they are and planning for it. So I guess that's my focus.
Nice.
But it's all about intellectually rewinding, course correcting, being aware of whatever's coming up and dealing with it, because it's a very introverted retrograde. And to use that, because it was like rewinding to go forward in the long term kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But Mercury is also, okay, I don't know how you say it. Is it Hermes? Hermes?
Mhm.
Is that right? Okay, so which
Yes.
is the Magician card in tarot, which means you're the active master capable of channeling all elements. So I thought that was
Nice.
very interesting. And so it was just talking about, checking in with your budget, your personal stability, like doing a total check-in and making any adjustments, doing all those introverted, cleaning the little corners, like finish organizing. It's not outward communication, it's inward communication. So, which is kind of how I was
Mm-hmm.
already feeling, like I really wanted to get a lot done, but it's all fairly internal, so that I'm ready to, shine, so to say, when it's done. So, and that the end of May has already been sticking out to me. So I thought that was interesting. But it also said to reconnect with people you've lost touch with, which I was already going to be doing for business and personal. Kathy will be proud. I literally wrote a huge list yesterday. I'll have to send it to you. Anyways, but also discovering your lost items. So these are the fun parts of Mercury retrograde. Returning your attention to a big project that once seemed overly ambitious. This was kind of more of like you're writing on something, or, any of those like hobby projects or personal intellect type projects is what it was saying. And remembering the comforts of your past, food, restaurants, music, which is hilarious because I am now living in the town I went to high school in, and I have a lot of that here.
A lot of music.
Well, just like food, places you like to eat, like anything
Oh,
that's
yes.
nostalgic, kind of, but in a
Mm-hmm.
good way, and tap into how that made you feel and bring it forward, kind of thing. So, but it said going backwards to refine our lives, repolish, do better, lean into it as a superpower, mindfully going back to reclaim what you've lost, to maximize your benefits of going forward. So it's almost like pulling the rubber band back and then you let go, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been
Slowing
doing.
down.
And then
Yes.
radiance is just beautiful, and all the synonyms. And, the one that I came up that I didn't know what it was if I don't like pronunciation. When I first saw it, I was thinking that's kind of like effleurage, which is a word in massage for a certain type of stroke, but it's effulgence, which means brilliant radiance, shining forth, a blaze. So I thought that was a cool word. So it's retrograde's getting us all ready to shine brighter because all the junk's cleared up.
Yes.
So there you go.
Thank you. Yeah, that's great. Because that I was thinking about that too. Is that, and what a beautiful time, to dig in. And
Mm-hmm.
so going back to that, so as we're doing all of this work, it's that grounding. So being
Mhm.
mindful, the be do, even if you're doing it internal, it's still
Mhm.
that grounding in, and then integrating and embodiment and all of that beautiful.
Yeah, it said if old people come up to specifically ask, what do they represent to you now? Like if it's old lessons that just need to be learned and integrated, to release the past, not to make, they may just be there to finish things up, kind of thing, like closure.
And you're not talking about age, you're talking about people from your past, not old people,
Like
but people from
friends,
your past.
family, exes, whatever, you need to
Exes.
be very aware of why they're there in this month, because it may not be what you think. Like, it may not be a rekindling. It may be a, hey, finish closing that out. You know, that
Yeah.
kind of thing,
Mhm.
which I thought was interesting because I've done that a lot, even in the last 6 weeks with friends in general that I thought were going to be, you know, on the same path, and we got shown big time they're not. So it was already kind of happening, but you know, release them to their path, their journey. Anyways, I thought it was
It's
all
gonna be interesting going back to your hometown.
Mhm.
Is that what
yeah.
that is?
And I
Like
was
those
here
connections?
last year, but this is different. I mean, I've done a year's worth of work, right? So it feels very different this time. So different that I'm like, oh, holy crap, we might be staying here.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's just kind of like, I'm just allowing it to come up. And I'm like, okay. I mean, because before last year,
What
I was
if?
like, no, I will never live there again. And it wasn't that I didn't like my experience here. I just moved on immediately when I graduated, you know. So, but one of my kids wants to do sports and he's starting high school. And so that is their biggest plus here is their sports stuff. So we will see.
That's the beautiful part about this work. Like when you're
Yeah.
saying, when you're allowing, it
Mhm.
takes on a completely
Yeah.
different feel than the control.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
yeah.
and
So we'll put those
instead
loving
of-
hands on your back.
Yeah. Yes, please. Well, because so I had the whole hour and a half back from Lubbock to think. That's kind of what I do on that trip. It's like nothing out there. It's totally flat, except for it was windy today. And I'm like, okay, what's the wind bringing in? Instead of being annoyed, the wind came in.
What's the lesson?
But it's like several people that I do know here, they're like, nobody here does what you do. You would be busy. And that couple, the reason I stepped out off a video the first time, she called me, the one we were
Yeah.
talking about. She
There you
called me.
go.
So there you go.
That's interesting because, yeah. So Lamar, she stepped out. So we're going to end the call without her. But it's interesting. Yeah. Like there is a lot going on
Oh yeah.
everywhere all the time. And of course, you know, tax season and all of that. I'm happy to put that
Yeah,
aside for a minute.
interesting that we're having Mercury retrograde right on that.
Right.
Evaluate your finances. Because there's a Saturn and Pisces element and it's all about the personal finance, personal stability. So check in.
Get your citrine out
Yep.
and the citrus.
It's funny. I was going through mail this week and I knew there was something off about our car insurance, and I figured out what the issue was, and I saved the family $1,600.
Whoa.
Yeah, it reduced that much. It was like
Wow.
our credit score was
Yes.
better, but also just like we're not using really our cars for work anymore, and our mileage is really low, and you know what I mean, all this stuff. So anyway, all that to say, like, yeah, so yes,
Give
check.
you a clapping on that. That's awesome.
Yeah, right. I mean, for the year, it was like awesome. Yeah,
That's huge.
yeah, that's good stuff. So check. Check
You
your-
know, okay. So I want to share about just a little bit about that because I did my insurance recently too, and I didn't save that much, but I did save some money. But they discouraged me from doing it. They said that typically we don't recommend doing it, but because I had switched last year, I guess. So I switched, or maybe it's probably 2 years by now. But anyway, I'd switched not long ago to a different company. And so I had asked about it prior to this, saying I'd like to, see, because it's that free agent thing. And they're like, oh, we don't do that. And so this year I said, I'd like to check again. And they're like, once again, they said that we don't typically recommend that. And I was like, okay, well, do it anyway, because, why not?
Mhm.
And I saved like $600 or something. And I thought, is it? So I'd really like to know why they don't recommend that, because
'Cause they-
I can tell you why.
Right.
You want to know why? Because they're
I wasn't
getting
gonna
paid
say it.
off, they're getting paid off the original amount. They're a free agent, so they get paid off the original agreement. If it goes down, they don't, their percentage is different.
Right.
Money.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah,
they're-
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
But it's
And
not your
time
job to
and
keep them
It's not
afloat.
yours.
They need more customers.
But might be a good time, yeah, for everybody to, it's our little reminder, check our little finances of what we can, why give away something that, I'd rather be intentional giving away money than I would just to be leaking money. So good reminder, everybody. So I feel complete. How about you ladies?
Okay, let's prepare for a big howl. Okay, so take a super deep breath. Now, when you breathe in on the first one, hold for 3. And then breathe out for 3. And then we'll howl. So breathe
So
in.
can I add to here? I want to add let's take that brilliant light that we had in our original meditation. Let's pull that in when we breathe in. Let's pull in that light and then release anything on the out, and then we'll do our howl. Is that okay? With you all? Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, take this time to breathe it in. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, this breath in, we howl.
How?
Happy new moon, everyone.
Happy manifesting. So share
Yes.
your Divine Art Alchemy in the group whenever you're ready, and I'll have this recording up as soon as possible.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
See you
It's great to see
Radiant
you.
women very soon.